Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Daily's 2A News. So it looks like the ATF is at it again. They've shut down another company issuing a cease and desist letter to Rare Breed Triggers. So let's go ahead and talk about what happened and why. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Rare Breed Triggers and what exactly it is they offer and what happened. So Rare Breed Triggers has a forced reset trigger. They call it their FRT 15. And basically what it does is, unlike a standard trigger where you would pull it, the cycle would happen. When the bolt goes forward, you have to release your finger, it resets, and then you pull the trigger again, right? Their trigger forces a reset when the bolt carrier is coming back home. So when you pull the trigger, the bolt carrier goes back home, it releases this little lever, forcing your finger forward, and then you have to pull it back. The difference is that you don't have to have that forward motion, that thought of forward motion. You can always keep pressure on the trigger, allowing it to be a lot faster than a standard mil-spec trigger. So instead of releasing and pulling, releasing and pulling, you're essentially just pulling because it's forcing your trigger finger forward and forcing that reset, hence the force reset trigger. So it's still one round for each pull. Again, it forces the reset. That's really the only difference, is that instead of taking your finger forward, it's going to force your finger forward. Either way, it's still one pull, one shot. That's it. So here's the background on it. So they go to the ATF when they're developing this product. They go through, I believe it was 4 different ATF agents who inspected it. Each one of those ATF agents says that it does not fall under the NFA as a machine gun part because, again, it's one pull, one shot, so it doesn't qualify as an NFA item. So now we have the new administration in office. We have a new DOJ, and that DOJ is pushing the ATF to go after as many businesses as possible. They say that they've done a new evaluation and done some new testing with the FRT and decided that it does fall under the NFA and that it is, in fact, a machine gun part. Now, here's the thing. They issue the cease and desist to Rare Breed Triggers. In that cease and desist, it says that they did their testing and that this is what their determination was. However, the ATF is not able to provide any information on their testing. Who conducted the testing, how the testing was conducted, how they came to their conclusion. No information whatsoever. They just said that they basically looked at it again and decided just at a whim that it now falls under the NFA and sent a cease and desist to Rare Breed Triggers saying that, well, if you continue to sell these, you're going to end up in jail as a felon. So right now what Rare Breed Triggers is doing is they've decided to sue the ATF, and they've also decided to sue the DOJ. So what they're trying to do is get an injunction so they continue to sell these. They don't lose their business while all this is going on. So they're suing the DOJ, they're suing the ATF because clearly it's not a violation. Now, on their side, as experts, they have former ATF agents, and one of the former ATF agents was actually the head of the department that would test things out to determine whether or not they would fall under some type of classification. He's looked at it, he's determined that it's not a machine gun part, and he is going to be a expert witness on Rare Breed's behalf. So they are going to be fighting back against this one, and from what I understand, as early as next week, they are going to be hearing the case for the injunction. If they get their injunction, they'll be able to sell their triggers and do their part while this whole case is going on. But that would officially suspend the enforcement from the ATF on Rare Breed's trigger. So it's just a really interesting case that we have here where the ATF is kind of stepping outside its bounds once again and trying to shut down businesses for something that clearly is not a violation of the law whatsoever. It's just different. Now, I got to tell you this, if the injunction goes through next week, they get the injunction that they're looking for that stops the cease and desist, I'm definitely getting an FRT 15. These things look really cool, and I had no idea that they even existed before I saw the article over at Bearing Arms. So you guys can go over there. I'll put a link to the original article down below. But these triggers look really cool. If you go to their website, they have a promo video where they show a diagram of exactly how it works, how it resets, how it forces the reset, how it's a little bit different than a mil-spec, and everything in comparison, and then it shows it in real life motion, and they look really cool. I definitely want to try one out, but I'm hoping that they get their injunction because it is completely unfair and unjust what the ATF is doing, shutting down small businesses, shutting down companies, and doing their best to essentially infringe on our Second Amendment rights by doing it through through, you know, backdoor channels is what they're doing. So anyway, I just wanted to make you guys aware of it. Again, if you want more information about this, read the article down below and you can see the filings and the lawsuit, and also check out their website where you can see how this thing actually works, because I feel like it's up to us to support these companies when they're in need and, you know, going through stuff like this, because we can't let the ATF try and shut everybody down, which is really what they're trying to do right now. So I want to thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. Have a great day.